I joined Auriant Mining in May 2012. Before that, I had almost 15 years of experience in the mining industry in Russia. My background is coming from finance and accounting. I spent 5 years with Pricewaterhouse in Russia, doing most of my clients were in gold mining industry and the energy and resources. After that, I spent some time in London working for the commodity trader, and then back to Russia as a CFO of Highland Gold, which is one of the mid-tier gold producers in Russia. I spent there 3 years as a CFO, and then after that joined a private equity boutique that had direct investment into the gold mining company, into gold mines that we built, developed, and then successfully sold to what is now Nordgold. Before joining Highland Gold, I was CFO and then managing director of A1 Investment, which is an Alpha Group investment arm, doing investments in Russia and abroad. And again, I was responsible mainly for the mining investments that we had in Cuba and in Russia and in Uzbekistan and some other countries. When I joined Auriant was a junior exploration company, not producing. We commissioned the first mine in August 2012. That was Tardan, with a production of about 400 kilograms in 2012. Our target production for Tardan this year is over 600 kilograms, and we are well on track to that. From the junior gold exploration company, we became junior gold producer, and we produce currently already 830 kilograms of gold, and target for this year is somewhere between 1 to 1.2 tons of gold, growing next year. We are very pleased with the results because they basically met all our targets. The revenue increased to $35.8 million, which is a 95% increase over the last year. We were on the EBITDA level, we were profitable for about $1.3 million EBITDA for 9 months. We completed our exploration program at Tardan of about 20,000 meters of diamond drilling. The results of which are published as well, and the final results, the reserve report, will be published in first quarter next year. There are 2 reasons for that. We have in total 3 producing units in the company. One is Tardan, that was commissioned in August last year, and now we are ramping it up. And so production from that unit will continue to increase. The capacity at Tardan is 1 to 1.2 tons of gold production just from Tardan. This year we will do approximately half of that capacity, and by 2015 we will ramp it up to the full capacity. The second producing unit is alluvial gold at our Solkokon mine, and alluvial gold last year produced only 100 kilograms. We decided to outsource alluvial operation to a professional contractor, and this year they've done 300 kilograms, which is basically a contribution to our overall production. And then Solkokon mine itself, which is a heap leach operation, it produced a similar amount as last year, so there was no increase coming from that. We finance our activities through the short-term bank loans. They are considered to be like a trade finance, when the bank provides us liquidity for the next year gold production. So during the year we usually pay those debts down, and then at the end of the year we take them again, we draw down again. So most of our debt will be sitting in a short-term obligation, but we refinance it every year. So it's normal in the trading finance situation that it's a short-term 1-year loans, but refinanceable, working like a revolver. We already refinanced one of the banking facilities, and we're working on the other one, and I think it will be refinanced successfully as in the past by the end of the year. We also have a shareholder debt, which is about $37 million. We do not pay interest on that debt, but it is an interest-bearing loan, but all the interest is being capitalized. So you can see that that loan is increasing every year for the amount of interest we accrue. That loan at the beginning of the year was a long-term loan repayable in the middle of 2014. By 30th of September 2013 it became a short term, but again, as we refinance the bank loans, we will restructure the shareholder loan with a longer term repayment because it's subordinated to the bank loans, and therefore we cannot repay it prior to repayment of bank loans. So I think that a big change in the short-term payables, basically transfer of long-term payables to the short-term payables at the end of third quarter, is a temporary situation, and by the end of the year we will see more debt going back to the long-term liability. For this year we will definitely achieve our target. We already produced, as I mentioned, 843 kilograms during the 9 months, and including production of October and half of November, I'm sure that we will achieve the target between 1 and 1.2, probably somewhere in the middle. Most of that, as I mentioned, is coming from Tardan and alluvial operation. Alluvial operation is seasonal. It's working only during the summer season. So we do not expect alluvial operation to contribute any more during the fourth quarter, but Tardan will contribute. And at Tardan, we have quite a lot of stripping to do. Talking about next year and the year after, we have quite a lot of pre-stripping to do to reach the ore for the factory. And that is why we cannot ramp up Tardan so quickly or as quickly as we want. We are doing that stripping. During the 9 months we've done 1.4 million cubic meters of stripping, compared to 9 months 2012 of only 200,000 cubic meters. So it's a big ramp up. We still have to do a lot of stripping that we will do during the winter time. So next year I think Tardan will be somewhere around 7, maybe 800 kilograms of production, depending on how quick we can do the stripping and depending on the grade. If we reach the higher grade ore, then I think Tardan can reach the 1 ton of gold next year, but most probably it will be less than that. But we will come to the stage where, starting from 2015, we can produce 1 to 1.2 tons of gold depending on the grade. For Solkokon, for our alluvial operation, we expect around the same number next year as this year, so 250 to 300 kilograms. And for Solkokon heap leach operation, it's early to say. We're doing the mining plan now, so I think I'll not talk about this number at this stage, but it should be better than we did this year.